Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamara of Tamara Fashion Style, and if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to share my channel, share my video, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you won't miss any video from me. So guys, in this video, what I'm doing here, I'm about to show you how to make this top. Yes, you will learn how to make this lovely top right here. I will show you how to make this top I have on, and I will show you how to tie this headpiece that I have on here. So if you want to see how to make this top and how to tie this headpiece, grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of juice, and sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. You know, you guys, I like simple and easy, quick clothing that I could dash on, throw on, shy on, and head out wherever I want to go. I like to design my own thing. I like to look different, stylish, casual, elegant. Anyhow you want to look, you can fix yourself up. And I am so in love with this top. When I make this top, and I put on this top, I just like the fall of this top. I like everything about it. So if you like this video and you want to see more of this, leave the comment below and don't forget to subscribe. So before further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So and first I'm going to show you how to tie this headpiece. Now this is a headpiece I have on here. It's just a simple piece of fabric I had from this top here. I had a simple piece of fabric that leave from this fabric, and I just decided to take it to tie this headpiece. So let's get into tying this headpiece. So I'm gonna take it off my head, and guys, this is my hair. Just letting you guys know, this is my hair here. So I'm gonna comb my hair to whatever style I want it. I'm gonna comb my hair to the style that you want. How you want your hair, you gotta comb it to the style you want your hair to be, right? So that you can tie your headpiece in the direction you want. So I like this look, so I'm gonna tie my headpiece for this look here. So how I tie this headpiece now is a piece of fabric I had left back from my from cutting my top. So this is what a piece of fabric look like. I didn't even it. I didn't do anything with it. I leave it just raw at the edge. I didn't stitch it. I didn't do anything with it. So this is what the piece of fabric look like. And now I grab this piece of fabric and I just fold it in half like this. Fold it in half like this, so it have two ends here. And then I fold it again in half like that, where I could hide the raw edges, right? Where I could hide the raw edges of the fabric. And then I take the fabric and I bring it right here. I pass it at the back here. I didn't tie the back. I just bring it around like this, and then I twist it. Make sure your hair is out the way, and then I twist it, twist it, twist it, so that the raw edge could lock in. And then I twist it, then I bring it back here, then I twist it again like this. You can put it at any edge you want. If you want it at this side here, you just bring it at that side. If you want it at this side, you just bring it at this side here, and then I twist, 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 twist again, and then I bring it back, twisting all the raw edges like this, and then I bring it back here. Keep twisting it, because remember it have some raw edges that we didn't cut out, that I didn't cut out. So I twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it. So remember, keep twisting it. And then I bring it and I lock it in the back here. I lock it in the back here. Sending all the raw edges. Excuse me, sorry. Sending all the raw edges, and then I get my comb and I send my hair down back. Send my hair in between, and then I pull out my hair, and this is how I tie the headpiece that I have on here right now. Now if you want, you can bring your hair a little more to your face like this. If you want to bring your hair a little more to your face, you bring it a little more to your face like that. And this is how I tie my headpiece with just a simple piece of fabric I use from the remaining fabric from my top, and I decide to make this headpiece to go with this top so it could look flawless, it could look nice, it could look fashionable, and you get the African look, right? So this is how I tie my headpiece. So if you like this headpiece, you like the whole outfit, let me know down below. So since we finished tying our headpiece, let's go ahead and let's draft this top. Let me show you how to draft this top. Let me show you how to sew this top and how to finish this top. And at the end of the tutorial, I will model this top for you. So grab your tools and let's get started. So we're gonna need a ruler, we're gonna need some paper, we're gonna need our front bodice, our back bodice, we're gonna need that, and we're going to need a marker, and we're going to need fabric. Now I use 1 yard of fabric, 1.5 yard of fabric to do this top. Yes, 1.5 yard of fabric I use to do this top. So let's start drafting the pattern. So I will see you in class. So we grab our you get your paper and you're gonna draw a line down with your L curve rule or a straight rule if you have. Now I'm gonna get a marker because the pen is not showing up properly. So let me get a marker and let me do it with a marker for you so that you can see properly. So I'm gonna draw my shoulder line and I'm going to draw a line straight down at the edge of this paper. Now this line gonna work as my center front. So this is my center front. I'm marking my waist, I'm marking my bust, and I'm marking my hip. I will do the same on the other side, which I will mark my bust, mark my waist, and then I'm going to connect all those dots that I do the marking for. Now, I'm not going step by step. I won't be going into details in this class because I already have classes that I go into detail with drafting this bodice. Now, you're going to connect your waist, connect your bust, and then the top line would work as my shoulder. Now, I'm going to go down the measurement, the length that I need this top. Now, I'm going to do my hip measurement, and then I'm going to add some other length to the top that I am working with. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna measure up your top. So this is my hip measurement that I put in here. And as I said, I'm not going step by step detail into this top. You just watch what I'm doing and you can follow. So I will tell you the line. So the first line at the top of the paper, there's about 2 inches where you see I put in this measuring tape. That would be my shoulder line. So I'll place my shoulder measurement on that line. The second line, I will place my bust measurement there. This third line, I will place my waist measurement on this line. And then fourth line, I will put my hip measurement. Because you must get your hip measurement for the length of the top we want it because the top will be tight. Now I'm come down 1 inch from the shoulder line and I'm going to connect that line with a ruler. I'm using my flat curve here. I'll use my armhole curve, my metal curve, and I'm going to curve in my armhole. Now Next we're gonna connect the side of this top. Now, as you can see, I'm shaping myself because I am a really curvy person, and if I draw it straight, my top would be very tight because I am very curvy. So if you want, you can draw it straight. If you don't have much curve like me, you can draw it straight. But I have to draw my top curvy because it won't be able, if I put it straight, it won't be able to sit onto my hip. So this is the outline or the top, the front bodice that we have. Sorry about the all the gadget on my table. My table is very small, so I'll try to see if I get a big one, but I don't have the space right. So what I'm doing here now, I'm drawing in a green line. So this green line would act, this would, I would know this is the front of my bodice. So this is the front of the bodice that we have here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure down about some 3 inches more I add into the top. So from the waist, I will add 7 inches. So measure from the waist, you measure 7 inches down. So that is the length of the top we are dealing with now. So now we're gonna connect those lines, and what we're going to do now, we're gonna put our hip measurement back onto this line here. Now curve it out the same way as how I curve it out here, and then we're gonna cut out the top. So this is the front of our bodice. This is what our bodice look like. So this is the front of our bodice we have here. So you have the front of your bodice. So you're gonna write or cut one on fold. So cut out this bodice like you see I'm doing here. So you're gonna cut out your bodice and make sure you curve it back well, as you see I do here. Now I have a detailed bodice tab on my website, amarafashionsstyle.com. I'm going to put a link down below this video. You can go and check it out. And I also have a membership on my YouTube with the bodice, so you can go there as well, join the membership and learn to draft your bodice properly. So this is the front of the bodice. I'm going to use the same piece of paper, and the paper that I'm using, I think they call it, I think it's them craft paper from children with the project on it. So I go by my local craft store and I purchase a couple of sheets of this paper. Now I'm drawing down a line to put the bodice on. Because sometimes these paper don't straight. So I'm drawing a straight line so I can place my bodice on to that line. So I'm drawing down the line where I'm going to do the back of the bodice. So I'm putting in the same mark like the front, the waist, the bust, and the hip. I'm putting in the same marking as I did for the front. Alright, so I'll do the front, this the back the same way as the front, but the only difference, my back is a little shorter than my front. So you're gonna measure your hip, and then you're gonna measure your shoulder, your bust, then your waist, same as the front, and then we'll put the measurement onto the hip line. So now you're going to curve yourself if you have curve, as I said. And now I'm going to shape my top because I really curve it. So I'm going to shape my top, and then I'm going to go down 1.5 inches for the back. So the front is 1 inches and the back is 1.5 inches, and then you're going to curve your armhole curve, and now you're going to measure down for the neck, which is 1 inches, and I'm going to use my metal curve and I'm going to curve the back. Now I'm going to put in my green line and I'm going to mark cut one on a foot. So this will be center back. So now what you're going to do, you're going to cut the back as well, same as the front. And what you're going to do when you don't cut out the back, we're gonna make sure that this we're gonna work this pattern and make sure that the pattern is even. So let's finish cut out this, and now I'm going to clear my table a little bit, and then we're gonna get our front of our top, and we're gonna make sure that this front of this top matching back arm, because we need that top to match the back arm because when we're ready to put this top together, we would be in big trouble. So make sure your top back, your top matching your armhole. See the front, the front of the top will be more longer for me than the back because my back of my top a little short, but when it comes to the side seam, it would match up perfectly. So this is the front and the back of our draft, right? So this is the how I draft a simple bodice without dart. Now what I'm doing here, I'm gonna copy this stuff. Now I want to keep my main bodice that I just drew. I want to keep that bodice that I just draw there so that I can use it in other projects. So I'm going to place some paper together as you see here. I get 3 sheets of paper and I paste it together. Now these are printing sheet. This is 17, 11 and a half by 17 I'm using here. And now I'm going to copy the top. I'm copying both the front and both the back. I am copying because I want to keep my main bodice. I don't like to be drafting one thing over and over. So I always keep my basic pattern without seam allowance so I can use it any other design that I wish. So copy your top as you see I doing here, copy the whole top, copy all the details here onto this paper. Make sure you copy all of this and make sure you hold the top down. You don't want it to move. Get a tracing wheel and trace out the lines then because remember when you raise the top you'll be able to see this line. So get a tracing wheel and you trace that line out. You get your rule and you connect the waist. So we're connecting the waist to the top and then we're going to lengthen the top to see how what length we want for our top. So as you can see, I'm measuring how long I want. So I use the back for measure to see how long I want the top now. You're gonna neaten your side. Make sure you draw in your green line, and then you write what you have to write on the top. This is the center front. So now what you're gonna do, you're going to extend how long now you want this top. You're gonna get your measuring tape and you're gonna extend how long you want the top to be. So I extend my own about 7 inches from the waist because I don't want it too long. I have a lot of hips. So when you making this top, for this top sit down properly, you have to make it a little long rather than shorter because if it makes short, everybody seeing all these things you have in the back. But if you tap a little longer, and especially for a flow top, you need to make it a little longer than your hip because you don't want it cocking up at the back on um, your butt. Alright, because when you have too much fabric, you don't have a large bust, you have a lot of fabric cock up gathering up at your butt there, it don't look too nice. So always make the top a little longer and a little wider so that it can sit over your hips and it can sit down properly. So I'm going to connect the line now. This is my boss line I'm connecting here. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to measure the dart. So I am measuring in what I'm doing here. I'm going to divide this in half. So what I'm doing here, I dividing this measurement in half. So measure down 1 inches from that, and you do the same thing, divide the waist in half, and you measure down. So now you put half inch, right, and connect this line. You're gonna make a straight line. Make sure you leave the marking them in the center. You're gonna make a straight line. So as you can see, I'm measuring down. This is where my bust will be. So I measure down like 6 centimeters from the bus line. I measure down 6 centimeters. I'm gonna get my tool. I'm gonna place it onto the bus line. That is the inches that I measure down, and I'm gonna make a outline. That is where my top will start because you don't want it start below the bus. So I'm gonna trace it out with a marker for you so that you guys see what I am doing here. So this is the 6 centimeter I go down, and then if you don't have uh geometry set, you can do it with your ruler. Just measure 6 centimeter all around the top, and you can get this outline that I have here. So if you don't have a ruler or a geometry set like me, it's no big deal. You can still get that. Now on the armhole, you're gonna go down 1 centimeter. Now this is still don't make the top too tight, so you could have room to move the arms. So I'm gonna go down 1 centimeter, and I'm gonna draw in that armhole back, and I'm gonna connect it to the front of the top. So this is what the front or the top will look like, right? So as you can see, I doing the outline here. So now what I'm doing here, I'm gonna mark the center of this top because remember the strap have to come here. So you're gonna take in 1/2 inch on the bust because when you cut this top, it will be big. So you don't want the top to be big. So we taking in some from the bust line. So measure out 1/2 inch on each side, and then you make up that dart. Now you're gonna measure this half, the bottom of the top, you're gonna divide it in half. And now we're gonna make a straight line, right? Sometimes the line, but make sure you get it straight, you make a straight line. Now, what we need to do now, we're gonna cut out this top here, right? We're gonna cut out that top there. We're gonna stop a little at the edge of the dart. So you're not cutting through the dart. You're gonna stop at the edge of the dart. You're gonna swing the top because don't throw away the top of the bodice because we will need it back to match up. Because we have to get the dart, the strap from this same bodice after we close it. So we're gonna close that with some you're gonna close the dart, and you're gonna put some glue or masking tape, whichever one. I prefer to use glue because sometimes the masking tape in my way I can't get to see all my marking. Now don't throw away the top. So now after you finish closing your dart, what we're gonna do, we're gonna measure up this strap of this bodice. So for the strap, we want to measure, divide the arm, the shoulder in half. You're gonna divide your shoulder in half, and now you're gonna make a straight line towards the bust where you cut. So now you have to measure that line to get the strap. So I'm gonna measure my line, and as you guys can see, I'm gonna get the measurement I get. Your measurement might be different. My measurement is 7, right, and a half. So this is my strap, right, and I would have to cut that. I will have to add the back measurement to that as well. When you reach there, you will see. Now I'm going to put some seam allowance on my top right away around except for the front. Because remember the top cutting on a fold, so I won't be putting any seam allowance on the front or the top because we are cutting it on a fold. I'm going to put my seam allowance, and then I'm going to insert some paper to close that dart because we have to follow up that dart so that when we put in our top, it could lie down flat and nice. So we're gonna fold, we're gonna put some scotch tape on this dart to fold up that dart. After I done fill up the dart with the paper, now what I'm going to do now, I want to measure that dart, right? I want to measure that dart to see how much that dart is. So close out the dart, and then we're going to measure it, right? We're going to measure that dart to see how much that dart is. So I'm going to grab my measuring tape, and I'm going to measure, walk that, and now I'm going to measure this dart to see much is it. Now, how much ever is the dart, divide the dart in half and put the remainder on the side. So half would be for the dart and half would be for the side. So let's say you will get 10 inches of the dart or 5 inches, you're going to put 2.5 inches on the side. So I put 2.5 inches on the side of mine. It depends on how much your dart could be. Your dart could be like 3 inches, 5 inches on the side. Put how much ever you divide. Let me say if your dart is 10 inches, take half of the measurement of the dart and put 5 inches on the side and left the 5 for the dart. That is what makes the flare of this top. So now this is what the front of your top will look like after you finish putting it on the side. So add some seam allowance to the side of this top, and then you're gonna add drying your top very neat. Make sure everything is lined up neat, right? So this is what your front of your top look like. So make sure you in every details of this top, and then we put this top. So this is the front of our top. I'm going to cut just put the top, the shoulder piece, put it where your hand could reach it because we'll have to get it back. Just have to make sure that the line match up properly. So put out your top. And remember they stop cutting on a fold. Cut the front out and we cut in one piece on a fold. So this is what the front of your top will look like. Now we're going to do the same for the back of the top. Alright? So you see now you're gonna get the piece for your shoulder and you're gonna make sure, right, that the armhole and everything match up back for the top. So get back your front and make sure everything line up neat because we need to get this shoulder to line up back when we cut in. So get your shoulder and make sure that it's the right thing you are right. I don't line up back neat, so that's what I want. So I can get rid of that now. So next, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put our next piece of paper and we're gonna do back the same way as how we do the front. We're gonna trace it over, but the back will spread different because if you notice, the back don't have any dart. So we have to spread the back different. So we're gonna collect the waist, the bust. We're gonna try it, trace it over, and you're gonna draw in the line. You're gonna draw in your waistline. You're gonna draw in your bust line, and then we're going to measure down the length of the top. So get the front and make sure the arm matching the back. I'm gonna mark it in so we can get to make our line that we need. Alright. Make sure everything marked properly. As you can see, I use the original bodice to make sure the armhole is the same. So drawing how low you want your back. Now you could carry your back as low as you want it, but yeah, I doing my own this way. I doing my own right by on the arm. I think that lowness is good enough. I don't want this thing quite low down. We're seeing all the little crease that we don't supposed to see. So measuring you shape your top from the waist to the bust, and now you're gonna extend this top. You're gonna measure out the half of the top, divide the bottom in half, the bust in half, and everything in half. So now I'm going to divide this line into three sections because two is what we're gonna spread. Alright, so divide it in half. On the middle line, you divide it in half. So after you finish dividing it now, you're gonna get your ruler and you're gonna draw some line. Draw a next line. now you're gonna put a little seam allowance in the top. Now we're gonna cut this top out, but before we cut this top out, we're gonna divide the shoulder because we need the shoulder. So we have to divide the shoulder in half so that we can get the strap. Remember we need to get the strap measurement, and you're gonna measure that strap. Right? You're gonna measure that strap and write down how much you get so that we can come back and to the um add it to the shoulder, back, the front shoulder. So cut the top. Don't cut through the paper. You're gonna cut the paper. Leave some room on the top of the paper, and you're gonna cut this line. So we're gonna cut those line and leave a tip and right through. Don't cut it right through. So now you're gonna swing your paper and you're gonna cut it through and leave a tip. Don't cut it off like how I cut it off. I go too deep. Now if you cut off yours like me, get some tape and tape it back because we need to tape that back as you see I do here so that we can get to spread that properly. So tape it back, and now you're gonna cut back through it, but don't cut right through the paper. So now you're gonna snip it, and now we gonna take the back and we're gonna make sure we have the right amount to spread. So I take my back and I spread in it because I want it to be even. I don't want the back to be more flary than the front or the front to be more flary than the back. So line it up and then you do spread or how much ever you want. You can spread it wider. You can spread it how much ever you want. You can spread it. Now I don't want it too wide. I just want a nice flow, a nice give, a nice. I don't want too much fabric. I just want a nice flow. And then the fabric that you have, what can do for a big flare. So you do a slight baby dollish looking top. So now I'm going to tape up my top, and now I'm going to get some paper and I'm going to fill in all those space that I spread. Right, I'm going to close up those space. I'm going to put some tape as you guys see me doing it. So get your tape and some paper and fill in all those spaces that you spread. Fill in all the spaces. Alright, so here we go. So now make sure the front and the back is the same. So you're gonna make sure it line up. You see, line up very well. So this is what we're looking for this top to line up very well. So make sure it line up very well, and then you're gonna trace the side of that top and trace the bottom of that top as well, so you can get the full length. So you see how nice this top look. Now this is the back, so we cut in the back on a fold as well, because remember the top have a flare, remember the bust a little open, so we don't have to put any zipper or anything, just a strap would be holding this tab, but your bust would be, it would be tight enough across your bust so that you can wear it strapless or you can wear it with strap. It's up to you. Right, now we're gonna tape this properly, and then we're gonna cut out this top. So make sure you tape it down properly, because you don't want when you're ready to cut on your fabric the paper separate. So cut out your paper now, the top, as you see I'm doing here. So this would be the back of your top you have here. This would be the back of the top. Now I cleaning up the side of the top with the extra paper that I have here. Now I'm going to try to clean my table a little bit, but I have the tools that I need on it. So this is the back of your top you have here, and this is the front of your top you have here. So all two lining up properly, as you guys can see it line up very nice. It line up. Now what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna try to clean up this table a little bit because my table is very small. It's not big enough. I don't have the room to put a big one. Maybe in the future, if I get a full room space for myself, maybe I'll be able to purchase a bigger table so you can see better. So this is the front and the back of the top we have here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a fresh piece of paper. I'm going to draw a line so that we can make the strap. So what we are making here, we're going to make the strap for the bodice. So remember we measure the front length by the shoulder and we measure the back strap length as well. So the line that I'm drawing here, so the first line I'm going to put is the front arm shoulder measurement, the length, which is 7.5. So I'll place my 7.5 here plus 1 inches for the stitching, plus 1 centimeter, sorry, which is a half inch for the stitching. I put here. You can put how much ever you want. If you want put a full inch you get, if your arm are thick and you want put a full inch, you make sure you have enough room, you can do that. So I put my 7.5 plus half inch, or you can put 2 centimeter or 1 centimeter, how much ever you want. So I'm gonna tape a piece of paper here, extra piece of paper to put the back shoulder length line now from the bust to the shoulder. So the next one I'm going to put the back now. So I put the front already. So now we're going to place the front strap length onto this line here. So measure the back strap length onto that line and you place it there. Plus with the half inch or your 1 centimeter or your inch or whichever you want to add. But I use 1 centimeter. So I'm gonna strap for me gonna be about 2 inches, like, so when I gonna be about 1.5 inches, right? So when I fold it in, it's gonna become very slim because I have the thing. So the strap would be about half inch. The strap gonna be, so you could put measure, make your thing 1 inch, but I like to put 1.5 inches so I could got enough room, right, and enough stitching allowance so that my top won't come out too slim. So I need my strap to be slim but not too slim. So this is how I do my strap. So you can make your strap 1.5 inches wide. Okay. So now, so there's the strap there now. Now after we finish doing the strap, we're gonna do the facing for this top. Guys, let me tell you, sewing, pattern drafting is not an easy task. Plus, doing this video for you guys is not easy. So you guys, please show appreciation for this video that I am doing for you guys. Please leave your comment, please like this video, and please share this video so that others can learn, because we as creator, we don't have an easy task. It will be very tough for us, so that we for doing this video for you guys, and then you guys are not commenting, you guys are not liking, you guys are not sharing. So if you really appreciate my hard work and the time that I putting into this video, please leave some comments, subscribe and share this video, hit the notification bell. So what I do there, I draft, I put the facing, I making it about 3 inches. The facing I making it for the top. So I trace out the front neckline, and then I measure down 3 inches and curve it to make the front facing. So that would be the front facing. You'll see how I do the back one. So you'd get a glimpse of how we do the back. So now you're gonna put mark your shoulder line, and you're gonna cut out this facing. We're gonna cut it out. Remember the facing already had seam allowance from the front body, so we don't have to add any seam allowance to that. Now I'm gonna grab the back, top, and we're gonna do the same thing. So the back or the front, you can do any one. So this one here that I do now is I do the back first. Now I'm going to do the front facing. So you can do any facing, whether it is the back or the front. So trace around the back front of the top or the back of the top, and then you're gonna measure out 3 inches for your facing, or however wide you want your facing. You're gonna measure out, and then you're gonna attach those marking that you make. Right, I'm just making sure that I ain't go too wide with this facing or too slim. So you're gonna attach it. So this is the front. So I did the back early. So this is how we do our facing for our bodice. You're gonna put your marking and all the details that you want put. You can put it on the facing so you could remember how much to cut. So we cut in one of that front unfold, one of the back unfold, and the facing we cutting it the same way. Now for the straps, we're gonna cut 2 straps. Alright, so this is the facing. So now that we finished drafting our top, as you guys can see. So let me try to see if I could clear this table, because we have to cut out the fabric on this same table. So I'm trying to see if I can clear it a little. So now we have, so this is the two facing, the front and the back, right? And we need to fuse this. So we need to fuse that facing so that it can sit down properly. So this is the front and this is the back facing. See how neat it match up? And then we have the straps for the facing. So there's the front and there's the back. So now what we need to do, we need to do some with the strap going. So do the marking with the strap going, and you put a notch right where the strap supposed to be. Put a notch at both the front and the back of the top. So wherever you find is necessary, put your notches. You can put them. So I'm putting my notches at the sides. I'm putting my notches, and this is what your top look like. So now that we finished drafting all these pieces, now we come to the real gist of this. So this is the strap. So this is what our strap look like. So now you're gonna mark the two shoulders of this strap. All right. So here is your pattern, your complete pattern, guys. Pattern drafting, it's not an easy work. You have to do a lot. There are a lot of pieces involved in this pattern drafting. So please show appreciation for this video. Please share it so that others can learn. So guys, so now you're gonna get your fabric. Now as I said, I'm using 1.5 yard of fabric I have here. So you're gonna get your fabric, you're gonna spread it out on your table, you're gonna pin your pattern on the fold of the fabric, both back and front of the pattern, cutting on the fold, because we are not having any zipper onto this top, because the top is a flowy top. So we're going to pin both front and back on a fold. So make sure you pin it down properly, and now we're gonna cut out this pattern. We're gonna cut out our fabric to make this top. Now I'm showing you everything, all the details of this top. I mean, I could take out this piece, but I want you to show all the details. So be patient and hold on, so you will learn. That's the only way people learn, is that by taking your time, watching, and doing what you see the person doing. So I'm gonna cut out this top, and make sure you do all your marking for this top, right? So when we're ready to stitch up, we don't have any worries. Place your back facing and your front facing on a fold as well, and we're gonna cut out these facing. Now all the facing them, the two facing, the back and the front, this going on fold as well. So you're gonna cut this out as well, right? So all these here going on the fold. So place it on the fold, and now we're gonna cut this fabric out, as you see me doing here. Yes, guys, as I was saying, please, sewing and drafting is not easy. So you guys, if you can just show appreciation for this video, especially for we creators, with it is not easy for us, because sometimes we have to work, we are a wife, we are a mother, and we have so much to do, but we still take the time to do video for you guys, to show you guys our skills. We sharing it with you guys, so please show appreciation for these videos that we creators are doing. It's not easy. So now you're gonna take your strap, and you're gonna fold your fabric in two, and you're gonna place it, because it's two strap we cutting out. So you're gonna place it onto this piece of fabric, line it up, and now you're gonna cut out two strap. Now I have two pieces of fabric here, so I fold my fabric, and now I'm gonna cut out my strap, and then this piece that leave, I'm going to make tie a head piece from the raw piece that leave in. I won't be sewing the head piece. I will just get the fabric, and I will just knit it and tie the head piece to match this top. I will show you how to tie the headpiece with just an ordinary piece of fabric, without sewing it, without stitching it, without doing anything. It's just to make your top look nice and match it up. So now cut out your straps, and the piece of fabric you have left. That's where we're gonna tie our head with, to match up our top. So this is our strap. So now hold this piece. Don't throw away this piece, because this is the piece we're using for do the head piece. So fold it up and rest it in a corner. Now let's go ahead and let's stitch our top together. So we're gonna get our facing. First thing, you need your facing. You need to iron these facing. Put on the iron on these facing, so that when you put it on the top could look neat and nice. Now you can skip this section. If you don't want facing on your top, you can skip this section, but I need my facing on my top, because it would make the top look neat, it would make the top look nice. So cut it out, and when you're done, you're gonna put your iron it on to the fabric, and you're gonna, this is how you um the top would look very neat and nice in front. It wouldn't look like the thread, the bobbin thread running, or it didn't sit, the bobbin thread didn't fix properly. So now you're gonna grab your iron, and we're gonna iron this top. Now I have this small iron here. Now this small iron that I have here, my daughter brought this small iron when she went and study. She brought this iron, and she leave this iron with me. So I really happy for this small iron, and it come in very handy. My daughter purchased this iron. So this iron come in very handy. So get your fabric, press it, and then you're gonna place the facing. This is for I'm doing this step for all you beginners who watching my tutorial who don't know what a facing is. This is what a facing is. So you're gonna place this the fuse onto the facing. Now you call this fuse, we call it pylon or stabilizer or whatever, but I know it as pylon. Some people call it fuse or stabilizer, but this is what I know it as. So I press my fabric and then it have a sticky part. So the sticky part is what I laying down on the fabric. Don't let the sticky part catch your iron because oh boy, it gonna left it sticky, sticky, sticky. So put the sticky part onto the fabric and then you press it onto the fabric. So when you done, the stabilizer gonna hold onto the fabric. You trim your stabilizer and then you're all done pressing. So now you're gonna grab your top, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab either the front, you can take the front or the back, anyone you feel like doing first, and then we're gonna get our um straps. We have to stitch our strap. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab your top and you're gonna iron it. Make sure you iron it. I'm doing this section. I could cut out all this section, but this is for beginner, for show them what the I how to really do this top. So you're gonna iron this top, fold it in half, and you're gonna iron your straps. This is the straps, two pieces of straps I have. So you're gonna iron it and then you're gonna go to the sewing machine and you're gonna stitch this strap length way. So let me show you what to do. So you're gonna pin it straight down there, right? So grab some pin if you wish, right? You're gonna grab some pin, you'll get mark out the seam allowance line so it could line up properly. We want this strap to be straight. So what I am marking out is my seam allowance line. So I could stitch on that line so that when I turn the top, my line, my strap would be even right through. Do the same to the next side, do your marking so that the top could line up even, Steven. So when you stitch it, your all this the two strap would be the same width and the same length. So this is why when you go to your sewing machine and you stitch that, you're gonna stitch that. So now I'm at the sewing machine here, and now we're gonna stitch this top. We're gonna stitch it, stitch the strap. So we stitch long way. So the strap, we are not sewing closing up the two end of the top the strap, because that is what going under the facing for the top, so you won't see the raw edges of the strap. So now stitch the other one the same way. When you're done, you're gonna trim this facing. When you're done, you're gonna trim it, and we're gonna turn this strap, right? So we're gonna turn this strap when we finish. So I plug in my iron because I have to plug, I have to iron the strap, sorry. So as you can see, I trimming my strap here, and now I'm gonna get a screwdriver. That is what I have at hand, something pointy, and I'm gonna turn my strap over so you can see I get a nice half-inch strap. You don't want your strap too wide, you don't want your strap too, all right? You don't want that going on there. You don't want your strap too wide, you don't want your strap too thin. So get the screwdriver or whatever you want to turn your strap with, and you turn your strap and you're gonna press your strap. Now we need to press this strap so that the strap can sit down properly. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna get my ironing board and I am going to make sure all the point come out. Make sure the point, so the strap, the edge of the strap, make sure the edge come out properly. Alright, so since it is thing, I'm going to get my ironing board. Now this is for beginners level that I am doing here, and for intermediate. You guys see, I'll take my time and I will show you all the whole process of this. You're gonna iron this strap. Make sure you iron this strap properly so that it can sit down properly, right? And then iron both straps. So make sure the stitching there on the side of it, so on one side, and make sure it hiding and it sit down properly. So now what we're gonna do here, now we're gonna get the front of our top or the back of our top, and now we're gonna place it on the table, whichever one you want to do first. And now we're going to put our strap on to this top. So now grab your top, face it towards you already side wherever you want. You're gonna get one of your straps, and you're supposed to have some marking on your top. The same notches we make on the pattern, we put it on the top by the bust. So you're gonna place your strap. Now I don't want my strap to be falling off my shoulder. I want my strap where it could rest on my shoulder and just a little slide where I could pull it down, like if I want to wear like a off the shoulder or a little drop shoulder. I just want it a little loose, but not too loose or not too tight, which I'm going to show you in the picture how I could wear the top three ways. I could drop it off my shoulder, I could wear it on a one shoulder, and I could wear it on both shoulders. So when I modeling this top for you, I will show you. So I leave about 2 inches on each side out, right, from my strap, because remember I cut the strap longer. So I leave about 2 inch, and I'm going to pin the strap to the top at the bust, and then I'm going to get the facing as you guys see here, and I'm going to pin it onto the front or the back of the top right now over the strap, because remember when we stitch the strap would be hiding underneath the facing. So I leave about 2 inches. As you can see, my strap extended because that's the extra 2 inches on each strap I leave out there, because I don't want my strap too big, I don't want it too tight. I just want it a little loose, but I could put it off my shoulder. So pin your facing, alright, if you use your back or the front. You pin your facing, pin the straps in place, and then we're gonna sew this um facing and the strap together in place. So now you're gonna place that under your sewing machine, and now you're going to stitch. So as you can see, I bring back my pattern to get the measurement because I leave my seam allowance. I'm going to stitch in my seam allowance on to this top, and now you're going to sew your facing with your strap. When you reach to the strap, back stitch the strap about 2 to 3 times, because there is where the most stress point would be, taking off and pulling on this top, the strap point gonna be stressed. So make sure you you back stitch it about 2 or 3 times onto your back stitch the strap onto the facing, and the front of the bodice back stitch it about 2 or 3 times. So continue sewing the facing and you strap on together to the top, right? And when you finish, we're gonna clip that facing. We're gonna cut out a little piece, and then we're gonna gonna stitch down the facing. So trim your top, you're gonna trim it, trimming off the extra seam allowance, we trimming off here. This is the extra seam allowance. And when you're done, you're going to put some snip so that the facing could lie down neat and nice, because sometimes the facing does be too bulky and then it lifting up in the front is because the seam allowance need to snip in or trim off a little more. So I don't want my front of my top to look too bulky. So I'm gonna trim it, and then I'm gonna stitch down the facing with the seam allowance facing of itself. So I'm stitching down the facing of this top so that it won't let showing on the right side when I put on my top. So go ahead and stitch down your facing to your top. Go ahead and stitch it down as you see I doing here. Make sure you stitch it down properly. So when you finish stitching down your facing on the front or the back of your top, as you can see here, you're gonna turn the facing outside and you're gonna grab the next piece of the top. You're gonna grab whether it's the front or the back or whichever one you use. You're gonna grab the other section of the top. Um, you're going to face it towards the facing or the other top. So it's going right side to right side. So the two wrong side or the top would be resting on the table. The two right side will be facing you. So you're going to get the other straps now and you're going to bend it. All right, look at me do it again. You're going to bend it like this so that when you lift it up, the top won't curl up. So you're going to bend it the opposite way. And now you're going to make sure that is the length that you need. So let me do it back. You're going to bend it like this way, like that. Hold up the top, make sure it's the right length. And you're going to pin it the same as you pin the first strap. So let me do it again for you. Face your the two tops together like the two bows together. The facing towards the facing. Then you're gonna get your straps and you're going to measure how much ever you want. Now my first strap that I stitched was 2 inches and I'm going to do the same for the next one, which is 2 inches. I'm going to measure again, bend my strap, and I'm going to measure 2 inches. Now your own could be less. It depends on how you want your strap to fit you. Alright, so I don't want my own too loose as I said, so I leave 2 inches out on each end. So I'm going to get that now and I'm going to flip the facing piece or any piece, right? I'm going to flip it up top of one. So it go right side to right side like that. And then we're going to put the facing one facing us towards us. Then we're going to get the back facing or the front facing, whichever one you do last. And we're going to pin them together the same way as how we pin the front. We're going to pin together and then we're going to sew this facing and the strap together. So pin your strap together and remember when you meet the strap under the sewing machine, when you're about to stitch it, make sure you back stitch about 2 to 3 times because this is where the stress point will be. Okay? You can't say I didn't tell you. Why you don't want your strap to burst. Back stitch it. So now, seeing that you've got finished pin your top, what you're gonna do now after finish pinning it, place it under your sewing machine and get your pattern. Make sure you get the right seam allowance. Put it under the sewing machine. Cut out the extra strap like you see I doing here because you don't want it jamming your sewing machine. And now you're gonna stitch the strap in place with the facing at the same time. Make sure you're catching the strap, make sure you're catching the facing. You see I lifting up and looking to make sure that my top is not catching underneath. Alright, make sure everything is okay. So continue sewing your top properly. And my advice to you is try and start first with the strap and everything before you sew them together, just in case you need to take in the strap a little. So now what you're gonna do, make sure it's stitched properly. So you're gonna back stitch this piecing and the strap together. You're gonna trim your top the same way, like how we trim the first one. You're gonna trim it out, and then you're gonna make sure don't cut through the thread. We just trim in maybe about 1/4 inch of this extra fabric, and then you're gonna put a little bit of snip as the same as you do the front, You want to put some snip inside of it so that the facing could turn and sit down properly. So when you finish doing that, now you're gonna do the same as we do the front. You're gonna you're gonna top stitch this facing, right? You're gonna stitch the facing down so that it won't turn up over in the right side of the top and the outside peeping out. You never see some top, some people have an when done the facing outside. You don't want the facing outside. So stitch down the facing as I am doing here. As you see me doing here, stitch down the facing. So your thing gonna be very, very, very neat when you're done here. So now that you finish stitching down that, you're gonna clip your thread, and now what we're gonna do, we're like making sure that everything is okay. Make sure all the stitching, everything is okay, everything in place. Make sure everything stitched. Make sure they strap everything stitched. Make sure to check your work. So when you're done now, you're gonna flip your top, put your top right side, turning the facing, right? You need to iron down this facing. Make sure you iron down the facing of this top. So now what you make sure everything in place. You're gonna iron down this facing, up now. Right? What we're gonna do, we're gonna place sure it neat. So you see what your top look like already. Onto our so this is machine. What you do, and put the two together. Make sure your top okay. Make sure it in place. Make sure it line up properly. Make sure the straps them in place. So I brace the top to me for make sure they strap them in the right place. So you make sure you strap them in the right place. As you see, I check in here. Yes, my strap line up very nice. I'm making sure my strap line up. So make sure your strap line up properly because you don't want to put it on and then you're gonna get the ironing board and you're gonna press this facing down to the inside. I'm going to show you a little piece how I do it, and you're gonna continue and you're going to continue doing the rest after you finish now pressing top. What you're gonna do, place both of your top on the table with the strap facing each other, and now you're gonna make sure your strap okay. You're gonna flip it right side to right side, and you're gonna stitch the two end of this strap. Get your top, make sure you line up your machine with the seam allowance, and now you're gonna stitch, make these top together. Make sure the stitching line up properly, and you're gonna stitch sew this top in the two sides. You're gonna sew down the two side from the facing right down to the hem of this top. All right, make sure your top line up properly. Make sure you're stitching the exact seam allowance that you put on your pattern. As you guys see, I always checking my seam allowance. And then you're gonna back stitch, and you're gonna do the next side the same way, like how you stitch down the one side. When you're done, you're gonna turn your top, make sure everything okay, make sure the strap and everything in place. So as you guys can see, I keep checking my strap to make sure before I come off my sewing machine. All right, now when you finish what you're gonna do, you're gonna hem your top in place, right? Hem your top, and you're gonna stitch the same way. So you're gonna hem your top. I turn in half inch on my top, and then what you need to do, neaten the edge of your top first, whether it's with an overlock or whatever. If you want, you could turn in quarter inch and then a half inch, and then you're going to hem your top. So I pin my top, and now I taking out the pin, as you guys can see, and I'm going to hem my top. So now that I finish hemming my top, I'm going to clip off all the thread, all the loose thread, make sure everything neat. And after I finish stitching, so before I come off my sewing machine, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tack the facing or the top down to the side seam because I don't want it to peeping out under my arm, and I always go for the tucking it in. So you're gonna get your side seam, flip your facing, and we're gonna get the side seam just on the side seam, not on the top of itself. So the side seam, we're gonna flip that, and we're gonna stitch our facing to the side seam of the top so it can stay. So do it on both sides so it can stay inside the top and under the arm, so you don't have to be tucking it in or calling people for help you tucking this facing. It does look very bad to see your facing outside your top. So when you finish now, this is what your top look like. So you have a lovely top. So make sure you trim everything. This is a very nice loose fitted top. I'm going to model this top and I'm going to show you what this top look like. So make sure you give your top a good press when you see it done. Make sure before you come off your sewing machine, make sure the strap line up. Just that's the main thing, because remember the strap have to be on your shoulder. Grab your ironing board and you're gonna give your top a good press. Remember, you have to press this top for it look neat. And I'm using my little iron that my daughter purchased and leave with me. So this is a very nice iron. It got thing for put water, everything, and this iron is so comfy. I tell you, I really like it because it's so handy, it's so small and nice that you don't have to use a big iron. So they press it up properly. Make sure everything pressing it, all the seams, make sure they pressing it, and we are done. So guys, here is your lovely top. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and I hope I was able to make it easy, simple, and quick for you. And if you like this, leave the comment down below, and I'll see you in my next video. So let's try on this top. Let me model it and let you see what this top look like. So guys, here is the finished top. Man, when I'm telling you, look your girl, look the walks, look the turn. I love this top. This top come out so lovely, look, come out so neat. It's so flawless, it's so elegant, it's so casual, it's so everything. You can wear this top anywhere to any function. Anywhere you go in a little evening lime, you can wear this top wherever you want. Now, guys, if you like this top and you like everything about this top, please leave the comment down below. Now, I want to make this top in a maxi dress. Now, if you guys want to see me extend this pattern into a maxi dress, please let me know down below according to how much of you want this in a maxi dress. If a lot of you want it, vote and let's see how much people want this in a maxi dress, and I will do that video as soon as possible. So guys, here is the top. This top is wonderful. I tell you, it's very nice, it's very chic, it's very casual, it's very, it's everything about the top. Now I'm going to show you how you can drop this top shoulders, the straps down, so you can wear it anyhow you like. You can wear it off the shoulder, on the shoulder, and look, my head wrap to go with the top. And guys, look at your girl, look at your girl, look at your girl. This top is so nice. Yes, I will take a little dance. I will take a little dance because I really happy how this top come out. It's so nice. It's a really lovely top, and it's a flowy top. Anybody could wear this top. It's a top could fit a plus size. All you have to do is get your measurement, and here is the top. Here is the top. The top is very nice. So if you guys try this top, let me know. So here is how you could wear this top. So the strap, you can wear it off the shoulder if you wish. You can wear it off the shoulder like that. You can wear it anyhow. You can wear it on your shoulder and everything. So guys, I will see you and enjoy and have a wonderful day. Bye bye and take care, and I will see you in my next video. And if you guys like this video, as I said, share it, leave comment, don't forget to hit the notification bell, and if you want to see this pattern in a maxi dress, please let me know. According to what vote we get, we will do it
for you. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your day. I love you guys.